Good evening, good people, and welcome to another episode of Tea Time with TOCOMBAMARIA.
Yes.
I am TOCOMBAMARIA, and I am joined, as always, by my lovely co-host, the incomparable Tyrone.
I am here, y'all. What's up? What's up?
What's going on, Ty?
Feeling good, baby? How you feeling?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good, yeah.
Looking good, like your little yoga fit.
Thank you. Yes, I have my yoga outfit on.
It's
I'm
very
feeling-
form-fitting, but it looks very warm.
I'm a little cool, but it's okay.
Okay,
it's
right.
All right.
Had to show them the shoulders.
Yeah, that's my thing. The shoulders. I don't know. I like the shoulders.
For shiggity.
The shoulders and.
Oh, you better stop. Quit playing with him now.
Yeah. What's up,
Just
chill?
roll it one time.
Roll
You better
it
quit
one
playing.
time.
You better
Roll
quit
it one
playing with him.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. So, how was your weekend?
It was great, man.
It was Halloween weekend.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you do anything? Did you? I mean, you live in the cemetery. I mean, the funeral. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Well, like you said, Halloween fell on the weekend, so me and my boys went trick-or-treating.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Robbing little kids for bags.
Right.
Yeah. No, I didn't
Telling
do
the
a
old
damn
man, did the old man get behind your ass?
He tried to. Man.
Okay.
I thought
Did
it
you
was
speed
Kane.
up
I thought
the
it was
pace?
Kane, but he had gold medal flower.
Oh, okay.
No. Hey, but no, I didn't do anything, man. Like, you know, my daughter's grown.
Yeah.
I had no need to. I watched scary movies at the house.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave that.
That's it.
Okay, I love scary movies,
Mm-hmm.
but there's something about now being home alone and watching the scary movies. It hits a little differently now.
Cutting all the lights on.
Yeah, like all my sensibility goes out the window, and like Jason's not gonna be in the basement. Like Freddy is not behind your furnace.
Right.
Like he's not back there waiting. But I love scary movies. I couldn't watch it.
The one for me was Chucky. Chucky messed me up around like second grade, and I just never got over it.
Because you were young, and no, that was my buddy doll.
Yeah.
Chucky was my buddy.
He had to go. My buddy and my pet monster. Yeah, all them got to get out of here.
Oh, it's a shame, but I mean, I don't know. I love scary movies because it just that rush. It's that rush of adrenaline. You know,
Absolutely.
same reason why I got tattoos. That rush,
Right.
those endorphins.
What's
I
your
mean, it
favorite
feels
scary
good.
movie?
So it's a series of them. Really, it would be the Conjuring series.
Yeah, those are good.
I love those. Now, the earlier ones are much more scary than some of the latter ones, but they have parlayed this into a whole thing. And Annabelle, it's scary.
And it's legit scary. Like a lot of these guys are just going for the gore or the shock.
Right. This is not
like
that.
it's in my head and my heart. I'm nervous.
Right. That's what it is. It's that, psychological kind of, they're talking about spirits and, that's real. So
Right.
you're like, okay, that could. And then these movies are based on real events. No matter how loosely, the fact that any of this is, can be attributed to something that really happened is crazy.
Yeah.
So me and my girls, I have two girlfriends that we always watch scary movies. Christine and Angela, and man, listen, me and Angela be in each other's laps practically watching movies when we go. And Christine just looks at us like, "God, you're so pathetic. Like you guys are, it's a movie." So Halloween, I didn't dress up. I dress up every year, so much so that when I went
And
to
nothing
work,
on the day?
my doctor was like, "Tacoma, let me see your Halloween pictures. I know you dressed up." I said, "Actually, I didn't." What?
I got
You
great
always do.
reviews on our pictures.
So did I.
Yeah, look,
So
my
did I.
homeboy Eric Nolan, the Eric Nolan of the OJs, he was like, "Oh yeah, I knew Dennis, man." He gave me like the whole rundown
Oh,
and the history and
wow.
stuff. I'm like, okay.
That's
I'm like,
awesome.
I'm like, how'd I do? I'm like, yeah, you had to chew. You was chewing.
That's what everybody said. They were like, "That chew." Man, that was so fun.
Yeah, and look, I
That
had to go
was
back and
fun.
look. I didn't realize how spot on your costume was. Like, I'm not like Tacoma right there on the video.
Man, listen. Okay, you thought I was playing?
I didn't know.
When I got off, I went to the hair store to find me the little gloves. I went to another little store to find me a shirt and a belt. I was not playing.
Well, spot on, dear.
Thank you. Thank you. I wasn't playing. I aimed to be on. So that probably got my little thing off.
Yeah,
'cause I
got your
did
little fix for this
Yeah, got
year.
my little fix for Halloween because we did dress up. And that was so much fun.
Yeah,
That
right?
was fun because that video is crazy. It's just so silly.
Oh, I can't stop.
And it's like I binge watch it now. I just like it lives, as people like to say now, rent free in my head. Really, it does. It's just there all the time. But I had my porch light off because I wasn't trying to be bothered with the trick or treaters.
Right.
I mean, I'm just keeping it real.
Don't even bother over
Yeah, don't
here.
even bother. I mean, my whole street was like F these kids. Basically, it was. I took a video when I went to walk the dog. I was like, man, this whole street is like, F these kids.
Yeah.
We ain't on Halloween.
I don't even
It
know
was
if
a few homes with lights.
I don't even know if I want candy with the COVID out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you
Did
do in
you
your
wash
house.
your hands?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Can you test? Did you test? I don't know what's coming out of there. But children were taking it, and parents had them out there.
Yeah, kids don't care.
No, I mean, kids don't know. They don't know. Little nasty children. No,
You see that they was putting like sewing pens in people's like Kit Kats and stuff.
they've
like,
been doing that stuff
Yeah,
since
still.
I was little. Like,
Right.
please,
Like,
just
it's
stop
the
putting
fans.
razor
Oh.
blades in apple.
That's just
Yeah,
evil,
like,
right.
come on. Why are you
And you're not
trying to
even
do
going to
that?
be there to enjoy it.
Exactly.
If you don't want to see somebody suffer.
Right. So what's the point? What is the absolute point? But yeah, and then yesterday, Day of the Dead.
Oh, Dia de los Muertos.
Exactly. I would thank you. I was just gonna say that. Yeah. So that's a huge real thing.
Yeah.
So,
I've celebrated it one year. Like I went and
Did
sat in
you?
the cemetery with some people and
Did you really?
yeah.
That's cool.
I was dating this Puerto Rican girl and
Sort of Rican.
that's what they did.
Sort of Rican.
Close enough.
There was a time when I didn't quite understand the importance of honoring your ancestors, and when
yeah.
you say, not just people who came so long before you that you didn't even know who they were, but anybody that's passed in your lineage before you. I didn't understand. I understand it now.
Yeah.
And I act accordingly, but I really didn't.
When you're young, you're like, oh, they gone.
Yeah, like I'm like, I don't understand. Like, have you ever seen the movie Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil?
What's it about?
Well, it takes place in Louisiana, but there's some scenes in there where the character is offering. She's giving offerings to the spirits, to the ancestors. And I was like, why are you putting food on a plate for people that are dead? Like, I totally didn't get that.
Right.
And that's not today's show, so that's another time. But
Right.
that definitely.
But that's us
definitely-
though. We pour out looking for the dead homies.
Right.
the same
I mean, but
thing.
you do. But you
Yeah.
do. You pour out libations. Africans, that you say the name, you pour water or liquor or or whatever into a plant or the ground or something. But it's honoring. If you have an altar, you set up an altar for your deceased loved ones. Put up pictures and things that they liked in life, and it just. And most Black folk though, and probably a lot of people of color actually. But most Black folk have altars in their homes and don't even realize it. They got
Really?
this special place, say in the living room, and it's got a picture of grandma and granddad.
Oh, yeah.
And you got a flower over here and something else over there. And like instinctively we do these things.
Like it was
and
the
we
mantle,
don't.
but you turned it into the
It's
altar.
an altar, yeah. And in a lot of homes that exists. And informally we do it. It's just something that I guess is in us and we just do, but that's because it's in us, and it's a real necessary thing, and we have to sort of pull it out to learn why you do it. Because
Never thought about that, but I totally do.
oh yeah, a friend of mine, before I was actually really going in this direction, a friend of mine came to my house and was like, "You have an altar," at a picture of my grandparents and some little decorations, and that's all that was on the cocktail table. And I was like, wow, you're absolutely right.
Right.
So now, I've kicked it up 10 notches, and we
got a
some
whole
real
tabernacle
things going.
now, just-
You're so silly. And the choir.
Right.
But yeah, so this is November.
November.
Man, this year is about to be over.
Right.
COVID then took 2020, 2021.
Man.
You hear about the new variant plus, Delta plus?
No.
Yeah.
Is that like
there's
it's like a gay variant or
There's a
something?
Delta plus. Don't say that. Don't
Oh,
even.
I didn't know. What's the
There's
plus?
it's a different strain. It's a different strain of Delta. So it's not supposed to make you sicker or any of that. All the things they say in the beginning. And then once it starts happening, oh no, that's not what happens. But yeah, so it's in about 8 states now that they know.
The new variant. Now, the newest thing I heard that COVID causes erectile dysfunction. And I'm like, this is a scheme to get Black folks to take the vaccine.
That's
Because
cra-
you'd be like, you know what? Oh, I need it now.
Right. Anything they can do. Hit them where it hurts.
Right.
Hit them where, man.
No, baby, I got the COVID. It wasn't me.
COVID is something serious. It's something real. And oftentimes you don't realize how real it is until it hits your own family.
Right.
And then you're like, wow. You just, it makes you appreciate what's going on that much
Absolutely.
more. It makes you appreciate, caregivers, hospital staff, and the people that are going through it, the relatives. So I'm just grateful that my brother is good.
Yeah,
Love
shout
him
out,
so
man.
much, and I'm just so grateful that
And he ain't no
he's
easy
good.
win. When I saw him go down, I said, dude, Jesus.
Yeah, that's a big tough brother.
Man,
right
right.
there. That's a big tough brother. But he's very well on the mend.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. I love that dude. I'm happy.
Good.
Which that kind of falls in line with what I want to talk about. So November is National Gratitude Month.
Yes.
We have something for everything.
We do.
Every month is an awareness of something. But this started in 2015 or something. But just showing gratitude. And I know when it was first introduced to me, I'm like, gratitude? What the hell?
What the hell is gratitude?
Yeah, saying thank you. Thank you. What are you talking about? These people, because when stuff first gets in the mainstream and popular, then they want to it's the buzzword gratitude.
Yeah.
Just show your gratitude.
Show your gratitude.
Just you want to make people feel appreciated. You want to just be grateful, and thankful. What does that mean? But really, gratitude, honestly, is not too much more than putting your intentions, your attention towards positive things instead of negative ones.
Facts.
Just being, looking on the brighter side of those things that are before you, or those things that are in your sphere, in your circle, in your sight.
Mm-hmm.
Just being positive. And it's really not hard to practice gratitude, though we sometimes have a hard time doing it because life can beat you down.
In the moment,
baby.
it'd be tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
I try to, if I'm having a negative moment, that's what I try to do.
Mm-hmm.
Practice gratitude. Okay, I'm thankful for this. I got this and these things. But sometimes you be like, man, I'm about to shoot this guy in the throat.
Right. You're not trying to hear that.
Yeah.
That's noise. You're not even
I'm grateful for this gun.
Right. I'm grateful. I'm going to whoop your
Right.
It's like you really aren't. And we have to be so intentional with everything that we do, because it's so easy to just fall to, the gut reaction, the animal instinct of things. It's
Yeah.
easy to do that because that's just, you don't think about that.
Yeah.
You get mad, you want to react. Right. But you have to sit and think. And the thing that I love about gratitude, though, is that, say you're feeling down, or you're depressed, or you're angry, or any of those negative, low vibrational emotions.
Yeah.
Gratitude, you cannot vibrate on a high plane or show gratitude or be grateful for things and yet still, feel the negativity. So the way to break that stagnant moment up is, if you're feeling upset, like you said, you just start thinking of things to be grateful for, and instantly, without even having to do much, but thinking on the things you're grateful for, that changes your energy, that raises your vibration. And most times we don't really know that. You read about it, you're like, oh, okay, that's what it does. Maybe until you've, found it to work for yourself. But honestly, it's the honest truth. Like the negative and the positive they're not going to be at the same space at the same time.
Yeah.
So if you're really involved in that negative thing, then you just go into the gratitude. And gratitude, I mean, it's not just saying thank you, right? Saying thank you is showing gratitude to someone or something, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
But there's different ways to practice gratitude, and there's different things to be grateful for. And why do we do it? Why bother? What's the point?
We should, man. I think and maybe, I don't know if it's just black people. I know my experience, but it seems like the losses are louder than the wins. You know what I'm saying? When you got life, you can have 10 wins, but that one loss, and it's you down in the thing, and you're not even thinking about being grateful for the wins you did. Because
we're conditioned that way. We're conditioned to sort of, and as human beings, you deal with what's right in front of you. What your five senses can deal with in the moment, what they register with in the moment.
Right.
You're not thinking back, or you're not really thinking forward, which is often dangerous.
Yeah.
And we're not taught to stop. Oftentimes it's not till people maybe go to a therapist or get involved in certain practices that these things are even brought to them. They don't know practicing gratitude. What the heck is that?
Yeah.
What? I said thank you. I told her thank you. I gave her a tip. I did. No. When you practice gratitude, it actually improves literally your physical and your mental well-being.
Yeah.
So if your mind is good, then physically, the physical is it's going to follow with that.
Definitely.
Proof positive, absolutely proof positive. If you get your mind right and your mind together, then everything else can just go into play.
What they say is the unknown unknowns. Like, you don't know that your mind ain't good.
Right.
You know, you thinking how you always thought.
Yeah.
That sounds convoluted, but
No, I feel you.
but yeah, it's like you don't even know to even try to think in a different way. You're like, this is who I am, and it doesn't have to be. You could just
No, it doesn't have to be, and that's because we get so wrapped up in this is me. I was having a conversation on the way over here talking about somebody who's like, well, this is how I am. That doesn't make it okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't make it right. That doesn't mean that you stay that way.
I bet you R. Kelly felt the same way.
Yeah, and now look at
right.
him. Look at
So
him. But yeah, so if you look at your surroundings and your situation and the things that you're in, that ought to clue you in, or how you feel on a day-to-day basis. That ought to clue you in on where your mind is. You know, what's registering with you. Do you wake up joyful and happy to see another day? Do you look forward to spending time with yourself? Do you look forward to being with other people? Do you look forward to helping folks? Are you creative? You know, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
what do you do aside from the things you have to, like show up for work, or, you know, do the run of the mill, regular, average things? But if we take inventory of what's going on in our lives, and that can sort of jog you and hey, wait a minute, like that's like you're not doing anything, or you're mad all the time, or you're anxious all the time, or you're feeling some sort of low vibrational way all the time. That's a clue that you need to change it up. You know,
Yeah,
something's
what's causing this,
Something's
you know?
not working right. Yeah, I mean, and it's funny. It's like you want to tell people how to live, but you don't want to tell them how to live.
Right.
You know, because everything doesn't work for everybody, but some things do work, no matter who you are. And
Yeah, been
some
proven
things
over.
some things just do. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, no, it does. You don't have to maybe do it exactly how I do it, but the basic premise of it, like
Yeah.
it works.
like, put your own little stank on it and make it yours.
Yeah, make it yours.
Yeah.
But, you know, honestly, it's nothing wrong with self-care.
Yeah.
It's nothing wrong with, because it's difficult to really to sort of see the beauty in anything else, or, you know, love anything else, like anything else, if every day when you look in the mirror, you know, you're not really pleased with who
Yeah.
that other person is. If you're not grateful for who you are and what you bring to your own table, let alone somebody else's, everything is going to look a little funky to you. Everything
Definitely.
is going to be a little skewed. Nothing is going to be quite right. There's going to be, you know, a spin of negativity on anything. And that's always just an inward thing. That's just the clue that you gotta get some things right.
And I think it's about being like legit grateful and find out what you're really solid about. Like, I think we talked about this before, but in recent years, I've just been at the place where I could accept compliments.
Yeah.
You know, and just like,
Right.
thank you.
Right.
You know, because before it was always kind of embarrassing. Like, oh man, I ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
This whole thing, don't, you know, like not wanting the attention of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's like, no, look, thank you. You have good taste. I did work hard on this outfit.
Yeah,
thank
you.
Well,
Right,
look,
thank you.
Get to validate both of us.
Exactly.
You know?
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you feel good for the compliment, and the other person feels good that you acknowledged and listened to what they had to say.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So that's always cool. It is hard. It's really hard for me to accept a compliment like
It's
that.
tough.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh my God. But like you say, I fight with that. No, own it.
Yeah.
Like, own it. But there's so many haters and so many people that, you know, want to put you down,
Well,
or
sometimes
say
you got to look like,
things,
are you qualified to know? Like, whether it's good or bad, what you telling me? I don't know if you qualified to say it. Like,
But it's really, you know, somebody was telling another person we were in the company of that I have a podcast, and this person has a podcast that's, you know, sort of, it's out there, you know, and then doing some things. And when they were like, oh, you have a podcast? And I was like, you know, I did some old oh, it's nothing. And the person was like, no, that's something to be proud of. And both of them, I was like, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You're right.
Did you tell them I was on the podcast?
You're right. I know they would have been.
They would've-
right.
Oh.
No, but really, it's difficult because you don't. Well, at least for me, I don't want people to think I'm trying to make more or think more of myself than what I am.
Yeah.
But by the same token, what's wrong with thinking great and grand about me?
Yeah.
Because if I don't, who is? Am I going to wait for somebody else to do it?
Right.
Before Roku changed their thing, I had this running loop. So you can customize your screensavers. And so, I take pictures and stuff, right? And so what had happened was, and some of the pictures to me are pretty creative and pretty cool, and I don't really look like me. I mean, I look like me, but I look like me doing something else, and so I like it.
You did a collage of you, is what you? Oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah, so it ran.
I can see it all.
It ran on a loop. On my, maybe that's why Roku stopped that feature. No, but really, so it ran on a loop on my TV because I just enjoyed seeing it, and it's not so much because I'm looking at me, but I'm looking at a point, like when I look at my artwork, or if I look back at an episode, like you're looking at something that you put out, and it just makes you feel good. And sometimes
because you are your art
inspires you.
sometimes too. I get that.
That's what the pictures weren't just everyday me. I mean, some of them were, but most of them were me and my, doing other things.
Yeah.
Or being other people. So it was cool to me, and people would see it and be like, oh my, yeah, like you said, that's not conceited at all. But I'm like, dude, who else is putting pictures of me up? And I mean,
Right.
it might be, but
Right.
no, but really.
Only for 15 minutes at a time for me. No.
But seriously, like you need to be your own biggest fan.
My roommate, he has shirts, socks, jumpsuits, jerseys, even a ping pong paddle with his face on it.
Seriously.
Yes.
I love it.
Seriously,
I love it.
All just self-promotion, and
I love it.
nobody
Shameless.
nobody gonna promote you like you, right?
It's true though,
Yeah.
because nobody, and I've said this before and I'll keep saying it, nobody should love you more than you. Nobody should care about you more than you. Like, you should be your biggest fan. Your mother birthed you, but she should not beat you loving you.
Right.
Because she's not you,
Right.
right? You are you. Why should somebody, why do we oftentimes wait for other people to validate us in the things we do, the way we look, how did I do? How was it? Was it okay? Well, was it okay to you?
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
When you're in that place, right, do you try to find, the emotional, I don't even know how to say this. Do you find a way to love who you are now, or do you work on being more lovable to yourself? Like, do you need to like do more to love yourself more, or is there a way, do you try to love who you are right there?
It's very important to love yourself where you are.
Okay.
And the first time I ever heard that, I love fashion. So I love shows that, deal with fashion and making people over. And I think the show was called What Not to Wear years ago. And so the one woman on there would always tell the women that they would, pick to make over. They'd be like, oh, well, I just had a baby and I have 15 extra pounds. And I just figured when I got, when I lost the weight, she's like, no, you love yourself now. You love the body that you're in now, the skin you're in now. You love that now. And at the point at that time, I was really just thinking of it in terms of that, sort of body image, because that's its own thing for me. But it's like, no, that goes through the whole holistically. You love whomever you are right now. And you can still, just like when you have children, you have a child, I have children. So even when they do something wrong, you still love them, right? Even when she done pissed you off, or when she was little and needed a whooping or anything. You might have been upset. You might not have liked it, but you still loved her. You don't withdraw the love. And so, but we're so quick to withdraw love from ourselves. Cause I did this, it was wrong. It wasn't good. Or I look like this and I should look like that, or I want to look like that. No, love what's now, because we're not promised the next second. We're not promised the next day. So if you wait, till you are lovable, well, how long is that going to take?
Right.
So love, right? Ever.
Ever.
So love what's happening now, but in the same way you can love your child and correct the mistake, because you acknowledge there's something that was wrong, but I still love you, but we gonna work on it. Same way with yourself. I still love me, but I know there's some stuff I got to work on.
Right.
I love me as a whole, but I don't like this. And I need to change this and I need to change that. And then why are you changing? Not for external reasons, but because the things that you're doing or the ways that you're feeling are not serving you.
Yeah, it's a quality of life issue.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's about taking self-inventory, and it's so easy not to, because to take self-inventory is difficult.
Mm-hmm.
When you sit down and be like, damn, I'm a bitch, like that, like, oh my gosh, she was right.
Yeah.
It's kind of, seriously, like
funny.
it's rough when you sit there and you're like, well, maybe 100 people weren't wrong. I don't
Right.
know. And it's hard. It's hard to hear criticism, and it's hard sometimes to hear constant criticism. But that's a cue to, and again, that's not about, I know I just said don't listen to, external things, but you need some sort of barometer to sort of,
and a
check
balance, 'cause
against, checks and balances.
If I'm having like a down, depressing time or whatever, I'm unkind. I'm kicking my own ass in my head, just whatever.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need that outside. Hey, man.
You do, to get you out.
You used to do this and that.
Yeah.
I did. Okay.
Yeah, you do. You need it to get you out of that place that you're in, because sometimes we get in so deep that we can't even get our own selves
Right.
out.
But damn, I ain't never been shit. I thought.
Yeah, right. And people are like, what in the world? Like, my best friend, here we go again. But was so good for telling me years ago. She's like, you're harder on yourself than anybody ever would think to be. Like,
Right.
that's the standard that nobody else is putting this standard up for you. Where did you get this from? And why are you judging yourself by this? Because nobody else is thinking like that. I'm like, oh, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, shut up. You have a PhD. I don't want to hear it.
Right. Right. Dummy.
Right. Like, shut up. You don't know how I feel. But, all mad in the moment. Ain't
Yeah.
trying to listen to her. Then after the fact, like, okay, well, maybe she's right. Well, maybe I'm not as bad as I think I am. This was some years ago when I really wasn't feeling good about myself. Nobody would necessarily know it, because
Right.
the last thing I'm going to do is let you know when something's wrong.
Right.
But yeah, I wasn't feeling quite so good. But then that not feeling good started to manifest outwardly, not just in maybe how my attitude might be, but I was carrying stuff that I didn't necessarily need to be carrying, holding on to stuff I didn't need to be holding on to.
Yeah.
Because I was holding on to a lot of mental baggage, and I wasn't grateful for the person that I am. I wasn't grateful for the things that I'm good at. I wasn't grateful for the person God made. Simply, I wasn't really into me. I wasn't appreciative of who I am. And so when I recognized that if you're not going to appreciate yourself, how can you expect anybody else to? And if you don't love yourself, how is, are you looking for other people to fill the void that you need to be filling?
A lot of times, yes.
That was an honest conversation with myself. That was an honest, reality check. Like, hold up, wait a minute. You can't look for folks to validate. Does it feel good when people give you compliments and say this? Yeah, it feels good, but it should never feel better than when you are complimenting your own self,
That's
when
right.
you're grateful for your own self. That should just be an extra when somebody else, you're like, I know, but
Yeah.
you don't say it like that, but yeah.
Hey, so I always bring him up. My pastor, Patrice O'Neill.
Yes.
He says, I can only love a woman 85%. That's as much as I can give, because I need 15% in case you ain't shit, so I can pull myself out of bed in the morning and go on with my life.
My gosh. But I feel no, because
but you saying about the person's feelings matter more than your own feelings about you. Like, no, you need to have something to
some reserve.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Seriously, you do. And even with breakups and things like that, they oftentimes hit people so hard and they're so devastating because you've tied so much of yourself and self-worth and the things you do up into another person.
Absolutely.
That when that separation occurs, it's like you're losing part of yourself. It's not that you cared about them that much.
No.
It wasn't shit. It's not that you. That's not always the case.
But it's the feeling.
But sometimes it is.
But I always say this. I say a lot of relationships I be in, like, women love me like alcohol. Like they don't love me like hopes and dreams and
Right,
stuff.
right.
It's just
That's
like,
always
make
there.
me feel good.
In the moment.
Right. And not even just sex. I'm just talking about just like
Period.
just the whole relationship and
Yeah.
maybe how I see them or how the how the relationship plays out and stuff. But it's like, man, you don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like the bottle's empty, you don't care. You just
Right, you
whatever.
just toss it to the side. Yeah, that's such a weird thing, but it's a challenge sometimes to get people to look inward and to learn how to love who they are and learn how to love being with themselves. I was somebody who I didn't like to be by myself. I want to entertain me.
Right.
Let's do something. Let's go somewhere. Let's talk about something. Like, yeah, magic tricks. I'm here, nigga. You know, really, like I don't want to just sit idle. Like I don't want to no dead air. Just no, we got to be doing, moving, going. Why? Because I didn't want to sit with all the thoughts or all the feelings. I didn't want to have to process things. I didn't want to, because if I keep moving and I keep going, then I don't have to think about what's wrong right now.
Right.
Because I can just move right on through it.
I think I've done that with like alcohol over the years. Just, I'm having a good time because I'm drinking. It's
Yeah.
like I'm not thinking about none of that stuff.
Right, self-medicating. That's
Yeah.
what people use different things, in order to take the edge off of life. To, like this is just too hard. I don't want to deal with it. What can I
Right.
do? What is going to make me feel good? And for some people that's relationships. Some people that's straight up sex. Some people that's drugs. Some people that's alcohol. Some people it's all of it.
Just gonna put all my business out
I
here
know.
in the
I'm sorry.
streets.
I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Ty. I'm sorry. I know. It's all right.
I'm in
It's
healing.
I'm here for you.
You're
It's
right. I'm healing.
No, but really, like it. Sometimes I think, like, man, most of my adulthood I spent not being the person that I wanted to be. Not feeling free, not loving myself, not. But it's like, no, it's cool because those were all those years. I was learning.
Yeah.
I was learning. I was going through some things and learning what I'm gonna tolerate, what I'm not, what I like, what I don't, what I'm good at, what I can improve on. Just growing. And in my opinion, you don't stop growing until the day you die. You know,
Yeah.
at least you shouldn't. There's nobody growing at your house anymore.
I don't. Maybe I don't know.
Okay. I'm sorry.
still trying to
I'm
grow?
sorry. Yeah.
Hey, but no, actually, look for me. That's why actually before, like, I had to grow to a point to love myself, like, really, like, you know what I'm saying. I like certain things or whatever, but to like really love and honor and respect myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
I had to get to a point. Like, okay, this is precious now. I can't just
Yeah.
do what I've been doing.
Right, and that's how we should value ourselves. Like we are precious things that we can't just do anything to or do anything with. Like you shouldn't just do anything with your body, do anything with your mind. Just, harness that thing that's you, that magnificence that is you into good and great stuff because
Yeah.
it's there. It's so easy to be negative. Like that's super easy.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not hard to be negative. You can get on a tangent and talk about some trash and some negative stuff forever because it's there and it's real and it happens to you. But to really pull out the beauty and the good stuff and that takes some doing. And in this National Gratitude Month, so in my whole, sort of reinventing, not reinventing of myself. I'm the same person I always was. I just
Upgrading, maybe.
yeah, maybe that's a good word for it. Just definitely improving on who I've been. And again, I don't believe that you ever arrive. I think that you can always grow.
Always.
But showing gratitude, like and honestly, I used to hate that gratitude journal. List of things you're grateful for. Ain't nobody on that, but honestly, those things absolutely work to the degree that that's something that I incorporate in my daily morning meditation session. I always try to figure out what it is that I do I know what it is I do, but trying to put a name to it. And I would be like my ritual. No, that sounds weird. My routine. No, that sounds crazy. I don't. So then today I was writing and I said my morning meditation because yoga is a form of meditation.
Absolutely.
And I literally do meditate, separately. So yeah, my morning meditation.
I usually start with my morning medication. Just a little.
Don't do
right
that.
to the head.
Don't do that. But yeah, I actually incorporate, gratitude into that, and especially if I have a down moment, because being at a place where you love yourself doesn't mean that sometimes you don't get smacked upside the head with an emotion, or Cleveland not having enough sun and you needing one of those lights to sit in front of. I swear I need to go to Bed Bath and Beyond. Man,
Get
we
all the
need some
lights.
sunshine in this boy.
Cleveland's gray. I think the city's just gray in general.
It's extremely gray. I had one of my providers tell me that once my daughter, my youngest, graduates from high school, which she's in her 3rd year of college, but that I need to move to a warmer climate where there's sunshine more often. I was like, well, can you write a prescription?
Yeah,
can
right.
I turn that in
The
somewhere?
prescription for sun.
Right. Can I use that to get a job and a house? That's great.
Get 100 milligrams of UV rays
Right.
all over.
Because that vitamin D, from the sun makes all the difference.
What? I wasn't going to say
I know
that.
you, Tyrone. Don't even play with me. Don't do me.
I got you.
But what are some ways we can show gratitude? Like, there are some real easy ways that we can show gratitude. And like I said, I incorporated, not necessarily these ways, but I incorporate some form of acknowledging things I'm grateful for every day. But one of the ways that we can show our gratitude is, of course, the gratitude journal. And for people who like to write, like, journaling is absolutely incredible. That is so cathartic.
Yeah.
Just being able to sit and write. But I also like to write anyway, and some people just don't like to do that.
know.
But I enjoy it.
Or put it in your phone.
Yeah,
Or note to self.
Exactly. You can record it. Right? You don't have to necessarily type it. You don't have to write it. But a gratitude journal. Think of at least 3 things, 3 places, 3 people that you're grateful for. That mean something to you, that make a difference for you. That's one way you can show gratitude in the course of your day.
Boom.
The second thing you can do is immediately when you wake up, same sort of thing. You don't have to necessarily journal it, but you think about it immediately when you wake up. You think about, I'm grateful. First of all, I'm grateful for waking up. Like, I'm grateful that I got a chance to open my eyes and take a breath and have another day, to move forward. But again, you can think of some things you're grateful for to kickstart your day. You don't have to pick up a pen and paper and, write anything down. Just think about it and shift your mindset. Because when we're asleep, movement stops. The momentum ceases. And you get to pick up the next day as a brand new day with, I was about to go into a church moment.
That's all right.
But really, you do get brand new mercies every day. You do. You get new grace and mercy every day. So, you have new opportunities to do whatever. Make amends for things, do great things, whatever it is you want to do, you're given that day, as long as you get a chance to open your eyes and, take a breath.
Amen.
Show appreciation for your romantic partner, if you have one. That's or yourself. I don't know who you romancing.
I'm single now, but when I did have a partner, I used to appreciate the fuck out of her.
I'm sure you did.
Baby.
But really, that's another way to show gratitude. And actually, the largest reason why people have problems in their relationship is because they're just not showing one another that they're grateful for each other. Just real simple, like real basic.
I think after a while it just becomes routine. But it's like,
It
you should
does.
say thank you. Like, I don't have to do this, and you don't have to do what you're doing for me.
Right.
Like,
You
thank
don't
you.
have to make sure that I'm taken care of. You don't have to
Yeah.
make sure there's a roof over my head, or that the bills are paid, or that there's gas in the car, or that you have a warm body to lay next to. Like, you don't have to. And so we take everybody in our lives for granted. It's easy to. Because especially for family or, loved ones, you feel like they're supposed to be there.
Yeah, it's almost arrogant. Like, oh, you're supposed to do this.
Yeah. And
Look, me and Mom was talking about that, like dealing with the kids, and like the kids come home like, this is my life. Like, the lights are always on, there's food in the fridge,
Man,
in the
listen.
bed, there's linen on the bed. This is my life.
right. Like, yeah, nice life to have.
I don't have to appreciate
Who
this.
do you think makes that happen?
Jesus, I don't know, but my life is good. Like,
Right.
But that's how they act, though.
They do. They really do. It's incumbent upon us to make sure that they understand from whence all this came.
But I
It
think
didn't
that
just appear.
the same thing translates to adulthood. You get like with your significant other.
You do.
And it's like, oh, it's just a woman in the bed for me and food on the table. I'm just supposed to have this.
Even your friends.
Yeah.
Super duper good friend of mine. Man, this dude was like he might call and I'll answer the phone. Hey, okay, hold on. I'm at work, right? Hi, how are you? Or I'm somewhere else. How you doing? What? And I get back on the phone. Hey, what's up? And so one day he brought it to my attention, and this is, a friend of mine. He said, why do you sound like that when you get on the phone with me? Like, and everybody else, you're all bubbly and you act like you're happy to talk to them. But when you're on the phone with me, it's like, hey, what's up? What's going on? And like, this is a close friend that I really do thoroughly enjoy talking to. But to me, it didn't seem necessary to show him that appreciation. Because, dude, you should know it. We've been friends for 20 years.
Right.
That doesn't mean anything, because he still wants to know that I value the friendship.
Yeah. Perform for me like you perform for them.
Yeah. Right.
Basically.
And he made me feel so, he might have been trying to make me feel bad. I don't know. But it made me feel so bad, because I was like, dang. It made me think about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. And that was years ago. He said that to me. Absolute years ago.
But, okay, but let me ask you, for you, was it like taken for granted, or was it like a comfort thing? Like, all right, it's you. I can be myself, because
that's what it was a comfort thing. And but you shouldn't get so comfortable that you forget what other people might need.
Right.
Don't get so comfortable that you forget that somebody else wants you to acknowledge that you love them, that you care about them, that you're happy to see them. I'm a hugger. When I greet people, normally if I come into, I hug strangers. I don't know. Well, not complete strangers all the time, but I don't know. And so that's sort of my way of acknowledging and hey, and just, I don't know, sort of opening up and appreciating the fact that there's another human being in my presence. I don't know. I don't know. It's just a thing for me. And like, came in here today and I, walked past you a couple times. I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't give you my hug, Moan. I'm coming.
I'm like, you sure didn't. Right.
I don't know. I just, So for me, that's like an appreciation thing. I don't know. Like, hey, I'm happy to see you.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I'm able to see you, today. When Moan wasn't here last week, like, seriously, I really did miss him. I'm like, dude.
She didn't have a whole hissy fit, Mom, but she was close. It
Really?
It wasn't a full hissy.
I mean, so much so that, I said something on my little thing. Like, really, I really absolutely did miss his presence, because I enjoy him being around. Like, and it's funny because I got so used to him being here that when he wasn't, it was like, wait a minute, well, no, I like it when he's here. I gotten used to how it is when he's here. So when he wasn't, I'm like, wait.
I just want to say I'm grateful for you
different.
and Moan. Just want to put my gratitude out.
Really, and I'm grateful for both of you. I'm grateful for you, Ty, because, you took a chance to be on a podcast with somebody don't nobody know.
Roll the dice on you. I figured.
You did. You rolled the dice. Didn't know me from a can of paint, and it seems like we've known each other for quite some time.
Yeah, good energy. I'm a trusted. I trusted.
Go on and trust it. No, but really. So that was number 3, showing to your romantic partner, or I'm gonna go ahead and say yourself too, because everybody doesn't have a romantic partner.
Right.
So, the 4th way you can show it is if you're somebody who goes out and eats out at different establishments, give an extra generous tip. Don't just give the regular schmegular, give them something a little extra, because we know people in the service industry, they are they get dogged financially, and they get abused. So give them a little something extra. And everybody doesn't have extra money to give, right? We understand that. But your words, because a lot of times the fact that you even say something to somebody, saying good morning, saying hello can mean the world.
Go tell their manager, like, man, that's a good one right there.
Right. Give them a compliment. Tell somebody that, can do something with that compliment, that can recognize them the right way. Yeah. So doesn't always have to be money. You can use your words. Tithe what you got. No, but really, make somebody else feel good. Not that way, Tyrone. And number 5
only way I know
is recognizing the beauty around you. Literally seeing the beauty in everything. So that specific thing right there is, when I came across it, I thought it was interesting, because that is the part of gratitude that I've started to incorporate into my morning meditation, is that I want to see the beauty in everything. Because we encounter so much negativity. It's so easy to see bad stuff. I want to see the beauty in everything that I'm looking at. Show me the good stuff. Because even in the lowest, most dirty, most, whatever, we there's still goodness, and there's still greatness, and people are still worthy of, of being acknowledged. So I think that we really do need to appreciate ourselves first, because it's really hard to appreciate somebody else if you can't even, appreciate your own self. So appreciate yourself first. Be grateful for who you are. Be grateful for what you bring to the table. And if you feel like you're lacking by your own standards, not necessarily someone else's, but by your own standards, your own metrics, then put some things in motion to change that. Put some things in motion that will make you feel better about you. But you have to love you no matter where you are. Anything. Yes.
That's hard for a lot of people, to love themselves, like, especially like after years of being some other way, like, like you said, showing gratitude for oneself is an awesome thing.
It is.
And once you start doing it and you see the results and you see how everybody start, showing you love, it's great.
It is great. It sounds so silly, but it's good to feel good. Like, it really is good to feel good and to help other people to feel good. But there's nothing beats. It's nice to be loved by somebody else. It really and truly is. It's nice to know other people care, but it's nothing like loving your own self. It's nothing like being comfortable with with who you are. Being able to sit in the quiet with your own self and not having somebody doing a jig for you to entertain you because you don't want to hear the noise in your own head. And then, like, if you don't want to hear it, who you think wants to be bothered with you? Like, if you don't want to be bothered with you, then who really does want to be bothered with you?
I guarantee people don't want to hear the music in my head. I be dancing above my head by my damn self.
And there's nothing wrong. Some people just are, loner folks by nature. And I'm one of those people who I'm weirdly introverted and, extroverted at the same damn time. I don't know. It's weird. But, I do like my alone time. I'm very comfortable by myself. Especially at this point, I'm very comfortable by myself. But I get, it's like too many people, too much stuff going on gets to be too much. It's like overstimulation. So even at those times when I didn't necessarily want to be alone, I still needed quiet moments to sort of, to push back.
Together,
yeah, to get it, because it was just too much. I just don't like a whole lot of stuff going on. But now, man, listen, people want me to go somewhere or do something. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, dude. Used to be like pressure when people tell you stuff, or no, like, hey, why don't we do this? Like, nah, that's not my scene, man.
Yeah, like, that's not what I really want to do, because it's just not, it may not be in line with what I'm doing anymore, or what I'm thinking anymore, or how I want to feel. Like, drinking is cool. I'm not trying to get drunk to excess and fall out and be throwing up and, like, that's just way overboard. That's just totally, out of control.
I don't think some people know that they're getting toe up.
I don't think they do either. Self-awareness.
Pass that water over here.
Right. You got to know when. Yeah. And I'm a good one for drinking and not eating first, which that's always a bad combination, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always bad. And sort of the slight minute that I feel like, oh, wait a minute, I forgot to eat, I need some food.
Pass some Motiki.
I think I figured it out. Like, if I'm out, I really do think I figured it out. It's easier to get liquor than it is. Food takes time. When you're out at a club or a bar or whatever, it's going to take some time to get the attention. Then you got to order the food. Then it takes them an hour to make it. But the alcohol, you can get that real quick. So it's like, it's easier to do that. But yeah, balance, eat before you go. But yeah, so showing appreciation for yourself and not being so negative. Some people are just so negative that it just drains you. You don't want to talk to them. You don't want to see them coming. You were like, why are you here? What is wrong with you? Is life that bad?
Yeah, right.
It couldn't be, because you woke up this morning, so it couldn't possibly be that damn bad. Get it together.
I mean, some folks just like complaining,
They do, but why?
I had an old aunt like that. She just everything.
A whole aunt, not half one, but a whole one.
Whole aunt. She used to just, just everything. Just didn't enjoy
Complain
nothing.
about it. Really?
Yeah, just didn't enjoy nothing.
Yeah,
But,
and again, like, when you find fault in everything, sit yourself down and figure out what it is about you,
Right.
because it's not everything else.
Right.
It couldn't possibly be everything else that there's
It's the
something
whole
wrong
it's the
with.
rest of the world. It ain't me.
No, it's you. Go have 2 seats
Right.
and figure that thing out. Really. But gratitude, that is just such a buzzword. I hate when shouldn't even say I hate. I don't necessarily care for when things seem to be trendy or like a fad, when they really should just be ways of life or ways of doing things.
Right.
Because that, to me, that almost that sort of makes it seem kind of trivial. It trivializes whatever that thing is.
Yeah, once it becomes like a buzzword, it's not
Yeah.
what it used to be. It's,
Right,
you know,
it's like,
that's the real thing.
No, like you should do it all the time. Some people have been doing it forever, and they're gonna keep doing it, and some people are just finding out. But yeah, go on and try it. It's cool. It works.
This is
Works if you work it.
This is some hate for some gratitude. I hate when strong word, when I hold the door for somebody and they don't say thank you.
Oh,
It's like, gratitude.
No, you want to
What-
take the door and just smack
Just
them
smack them with it, right?
Yes.
Just trip them, boop.
Or when you speak to somebody and they don't speak back,
Right.
like it costs you how much to say hello?
It's like, hey,
That
or
happens
no,
on a daily basis at work.
really.
And I'm like, do you just not hear me?
It's
It
like, you
couldn't
know,
be that you
my
don't
mic on,
hear
hello,
me. Right.
hello. Right.
I swear I should do that one
You
day, but that
should.
would just be so asshole-ish.
Do it.
Oh my goodness. But it's like, dude, I'm saying hello like I'm speaking. And I was taught when you walk into the room, because you're new to the environment, you're the one who should open up your mouth and
Right.
say hello. Not the people that were already there, because they were already there. When you walk in, you speak. Oh my gosh. Some people are just like, they ain't gonna speak to you. Speak to them, and if you speak to them, they still might not.
They still
speak
not
back.
just gonna look at you, man.
But it would turn into a whole other thing for other reasons if I made a big deal about it.
Right.
So you just kind of, I just internally see.
Just want to acknowledge your presence. I see you.
Yeah, I see you, and I just want to say hello. And to say hello back is, that's acknowledging me. Thank you, because I am sitting here. That's just so rude to me.
Gonna give me with the old hello trick. I ain't falling for that.
It's just so.
Not again.
Oh, I can't stand that. But hey, some people just weren't raised right. I don't know. They just hateful. Just hateful.
Hateful.
Just hateful for no good reason. So what ways do you show gratitude to yourself, Tyrone?
Oh,
PG?
I'm all about self gratification.
It's PG.
No, I really try to, because I got like a lot of bad habits. I drink and I party and stuff. So I try to treat myself to like smoothies. You know what I'm saying? Like healthy stuff. Like, it tastes good and it's gonna help me out. You know. Or I try to get rest. I don't know. I've really been trying to go to sleep without anything on.
Okay.
Because usually I'm like in my head and I'm listening to
mean
stuff.
noise?
Noise,
Not-
yeah.
okay.
Well, both.
All right.
Both, yeah. Just naked, ears and ass in the bed. But no, I'm trying to just take better care of myself. Because I've just been like such a frat boy my whole life. So, woo, drinks and I'll jump off of it. Let's go.
Yeah,
We're gonna.
you're getting old. So you need to chill out.
Right.
You need to chill out, bro.
Trying to do maintenance before I got to do repair. That's what's happening right now.
Right. And fun is, it's cool to have fun, but like you say, if that fun is not really serving you
Right.
well in the long term, like it's fun to have fun, but how much fun can you have and for how long before it's a whole ass problem?
Right.
So we have to it's balance. You have to balance things out. And even with like Moan and I, talking a little bit about just sort of staying to yourself or, not going hither to and fro. Even that can be a problem. Like when you start turning into a freaking hermit, like you
Yeah.
just don't ever want to leave the house. I'm having issues with that now.
Yeah.
But I like it here.
Yeah, but
I've made it
it's the
so
balance.
comfortable that I just could be here forever and it's safe.
It's
And nobody
safe.
has COVID here.
Right. And all the
But-
things I enjoy. It's nothing I don't want.
It's like I don't have to, I don't have to do anything extra. I'm just already here, and it's already, popping.
Right.
But no, it's about balance, and sometimes just doing something with other people shows them that you appreciate that. You appreciate their presence. Yeah, whatever.
No, I thought that was sweet. I felt that.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, really.
Yeah.
So we have to be really mindful, and mindfulness, it takes mindfulness. So you have to put some effort into it. You know, it's a thing you have to pay attention to, and you have to practice, and you have to acknowledge that it's something you should be doing, and why should you be doing it? And that has to matter to you.
Yeah.
And certain things don't matter to certain
It's definitely.
people.
I think it's definitely part of mental health. You need
It is.
You
It
have
is
to
a part
have
of
it.
mental
Yeah.
health. Absolutely. And actually, practicing gratitude is a tool that mental health professionals give to people who are suffering with, depression or anxiety, because it helps to snap you out of that thing, because you
Yeah.
cannot stay in a low place and be grateful at the same time. That just literally can't happen.
Yeah.
So, the science of it is it just can't be. So
Like, nobody starts off ain't shit. What do you like about yourself? Like you had to get somewhere to get here.
right. There's everybody. I think everyone has redeeming qualities. There's, like R. Kelly can sing good.
He can.
I'm sorry.
That
I
was
don't
good.
even.
That
I don't
was
even
good.
do that. I'm sorry, but
Probably got great lullabies.
gosh, I'm not gonna take that any further. And I don't. I know I do make fun of people. What am I talking about? Yeah, I do.
course.
Because but that's the hidden part of me, the
And this, is,
shadow
and this is
side.
our job now. We got to make
It
fun
is,
of folks.
yeah. It's for the art.
Yes.
Did you know Dave Chappelle is coming here?
Yes.
Of course, you're a comedian. Of course you know. Did you get my ticket?
I did not. Someone had got mine.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
A lot of people want to show me gratitude, so they get tickets and stuff.
You got it like that.
But I'll find out which group I'm not going with, and I'll get you to get the ticket I was going to use.
Yeah,
go
can you
with
do
them.
that?
Mhm.
I want to see Dave Chappelle.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just.
Yes.
I want to see Dave Chappelle.
Got to see him, man.
Shameless.
He's the guru, man.
ass.
He is the guy.
Man, I've liked this dude since the beginning, so that would be just incredible.
Yeah.
Not quite on the level of being in the Richfield Coliseum with Michael Jackson, but
Ooh, was you back there for
I'll
that?
take, yeah.
With the sparkly glove, Michael? That
Yeah.
was that back then.
No, it wasn't bad. It was the Bad tour.
Oh, that was right after the sparkly glove tour.
It wasn't. I mean, it was probably the next tour after that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess. But yeah, it was the Bad tour.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. It was when Michael was wearing that corset thing, that like yellow or off. I don't know, corset and a ponytail.
Most straps in a lesbian orgy, just strapped up all across the.
Oh, that was great.
You like that one?
That was good. But
off the
yeah,
cuff.
it was that Michael. It was
Yeah.
that Michael. But man, that was incredible. So this would be good. This would be very good too. But probably, this would be good.
Yeah.
Not quite Michael, but I would love to
It's
go
mostly
see
a
Dave
movie.
Chappelle.
I wonder how much time Dave is going to give the folks, because
Yeah,
it's
I don't
supposed to
know.
be
He
a
will,
movie.
but
So
he will. He'll give time.
pretty sure give us a good 10 minutes.
Yeah, he'll give some time.
Yeah.
And y'all like to talk. Comedians get up there talking. They like to just go on.
Just-
and then if there's good, I guess, energy or play back and forth, then it just makes it all the better.
Yeah. He's just
Yeah,
the master,
but
though.
He's the man. He's
Mm-hmm.
definitely the man. So we appreciate him, and check out whatever the website is to support him. Grab some tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Ty, are you going to be anywhere coming up in the next week? This
Yeah,
week?
everywhere. I'm about to be at Lakewood Village Tavern on Wednesday at 9. I'm going to be at Hatfields on Thursday at 8, actually. And wherever else I can find between then and the Monday.
All right,
And then Monday
very-
I'll be at Make 'em Laugh Mondays on B-side.
Very good. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible. Check out my man Tyrone at the places he said he's going to be
That's
at.
right.
And this has been another episode of Tea Time with Tacoma Maria, where we want to share some tips about gratitude for November Gratitude Month. Take some time out to show some appreciation for yourself, whatever that means for you. But show yourself that you're grateful for you, and it won't be that hard to show others that you're grateful for them. Because when you change how you view things, you change how you do things. Thanks, guys, for joining. Appreciate you.